Did you know that the most frustrating car issues, like a jerky transmission, a constantly lit check engine light, or an unsteady engine, can often be fixed for free, right at home, without a trip to the garage? No complex tools, no hundreds of dollars in bills, just a few secret reset tricks that mechanics rarely share. These tips can not only get your car running smoothly again, but also save you thousands in repair costs. Stick around until the end, because the final trick is powerful enough to clear all warning lights and make your car feel reborn. Like and subscribe to the channel if this video helps you. 1. Throttle body reset. When your car idles roughly, has uneven throttle response, or lags when you press the gas, many assume it's time for a costly garage visit, expecting to pay hundreds just for a diagnosis. But the truth is, the culprit is often a small component, the throttle body or its position sensor. Over time, the car's computer can mislearn throttle habits, causing unstable RPMs, sluggish response, or even higher fuel consumption. That's where the throttle body reset comes in. The process is super simple. Turn the key to the on position without starting the engine. Press the gas pedal fully to the floor and hold it for 10 seconds. Release, turn off the key, wait another 10 seconds, then start the engine. Don't touch the gas. Let the car idle for 5 minutes. This seemingly basic action forces the system to erase old data and relearn the correct throttle settings, making the car run smoothly and respond like new. 2. ECU reset without disconnecting the battery. Have you ever noticed your car feeling sluggish, with delayed throttle response, or acting cranky after replacing an air filter or cleaning the throttle body? Normally, mechanics suggest resetting the ECU by disconnecting the battery, but that wipes out your clock, radio, and other settings. What few know is, you can reset the ECU without touching the battery. Here's how. Turn the key to the on position without starting the engine. Press the gas pedal 3 times in a row within 10 seconds. Turn off the key, wait 10 seconds, then start the car normally. That's it. This quick process refreshes the engine control unit's short-term data, like air-fuel ratios, idle speed, or throttle position. It's especially helpful when the car feels sluggish, struggles to start after sitting for a long time, or runs rough and guzzles gas after maintenance. This 1-minute trick lets the ECU ditch faulty habits and relearn accurately. At a garage, you'd pay $80, $120 for a diagnostic. But with these simple steps, you can restore a smooth driving feel and better fuel economy without losing your personal settings. 3. Master reset, disconnect the battery. Sometimes your car acts up out of nowhere. The engine shakes for no reason, warning lights flash chaotically, the transmission shifts roughly, or the AC behaves erratically. You might worry and rush to the garage, expecting a few $100s for a computer diagnosis. But many of these issues stem from software glitches piling up in the car's control modules. The most thorough fix is a master reset, disconnecting the battery. It's incredibly simple. Disconnect the negative battery terminal and wait about 15 minutes for all residual power to drain from the system. Then reconnect it. This basic step is like hitting the restart button on a computer. The ECU, TCM, and BCM, all the brains controlling the engine, transmission, and body electronics, are wiped clean of stored errors and forced to relearn based on your current driving habits. If this information is helpful, please comment with the number 1 to let me know. 4. Transmission reset. If you've noticed your transmission shifting slowly, jerking, or lagging, you might fear it needs a costly replacement. But many times, it's not a mechanical failure, just the transmission learning bad driving habits. The Transmission Control Module, TCM, adjusts shifting patterns based on your driving style. When its data gets skewed, it causes harsh shifts, slipping, or delayed responses, making you think the transmission is on its last legs. The reset trick is super simple. With the engine running in park, turn the key on and off 5 times within 10 seconds. Then, move the gear selector through all positions from park to low and back, repeating twice. This forces the TCM to erase old data and start fresh. At first, shifts might feel a bit stiff, but after a few dozen miles, the transmission will become smoother and more precise. 5. Check engine light reset. Nothing worries a driver more than the yellow check engine light flashing on the dashboard. It appears like a mysterious warning, prompting many to rush to a garage and pay $50 to $150 just to have the error code read. But the truth is, in many cases, that scary light comes from temporary glitches or quirky sensors, and you can fix it yourself for free. There are 3 quick reset methods anyone can do. The most common is to disconnect the negative battery terminal for 15 minutes to force the system to forget old data. If you don't want to lose radio or clock settings, try the second method. Turn the key to on, press the brake and gas pedals together for about 20 seconds, then turn off the key, wait 10 seconds, and restart. Finally, you can turn the key from off to on 3 times in a row, ending at on, then start the engine. 6. Power window reset. Have you ever pressed the window button only for it to stop halfway, drop unexpectedly, or reverse just as it reaches the top? These haunted behaviors often come from the window's position sensor losing calibration over time. Garages might suggest replacing the motor or switch, which can be costly, when a simple reset can fix it. The process is super easy. Raise the window fully and keep holding the up button for 10 seconds. Then lower it completely and hold the down button for another 10 seconds. For some cars, you need to open the door during the reset, but the principle is the same. It reteaches the system the window's full range of motion. Do this for each window to get the best results. Phone, door lock reset. Have you ever locked your car only for it to unlock itself immediately? Or maybe the front doors lock, but the rear ones don't budge. Many assume the lock controller is broken, requiring an expensive replacement. But the truth is, the lock motors and body control module, BCM, can sometimes get out of sync, causing erratic behavior. The good news? You can recalibrate it at home without disassembly or a garage visit. The process is straightforward. Close all doors, turn the key to the on position, press the lock button, then turn off the key and press unlock. Turn the key back to on and press lock again. For some models, you need to open the driver's door during this process, but the goal is to resync the signals between the locks and the BCM. After completing this, issues like doors unlocking themselves, locking unevenly, or cycling repeatedly will disappear. You'll regain peace of mind when leaving your car, no longer needing to double-check or manually lock doors. A few minutes of simple steps bring big convenience and safety. This is a trick technicians often keep quiet, but it saves you money and makes your car behave as you want. 8. HVAC reset. Have you ever turned on the AC only to find air blowing from one vent despite adjusting it elsewhere? Or maybe the temperature is way off, one side freezing, the other lukewarm? This is a common issue in newer cars, often not caused by a broken AC unit or compressor, but by the air vent motors, actuators, losing sync with the control system. The cool thing? Instead of tearing apart the dashboard for a $1,000 fix, a simple HVAC, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, reset can restore everything. Here's how. Turn the key to on without starting the engine. Hold the AC and air recirculation buttons together for about 10 seconds, then rotate the temperature dial from coldest to hottest. This triggers the system to run a calibration, where the vents open and close to find their correct positions. Some cars require pulling the HVAC fuse for a few minutes and reinserting it for the same purpose. The process takes a few minutes, and you might hear small clicking sounds behind the dashboard. That's the system relearning. Once done, the AC will work accurately, distributing air and temperature as you set it. 9. ABS reset. Have you ever started your car, watched most dashboard lights turn off, but the yellow ABS light stays stubbornly lit? Many assume it's a failed ABS pump or wheel sensor, but in reality, the system often just needs a reset to resync its data. The ABS is a complex electronic system, and a weak battery, new brake pads, or an unusual wheel slip can cause the controller to misunderstand and trigger a warning. Instead of panicking and paying a garage hundreds of dollars just to clear the code, you can try resetting it at home. The simplest method is to remove the ABS fuse for 10 to 15 minutes, then reinstall it to restart the system. For some cars, you can turn the key to on, press the brake pedal repeatedly for 30 seconds, then turn off the key and restart. This prompts the system to self-check, clear temporary errors, and resync wheel sensor signals. If the light stays on after the reset, it's a sign to check further, but at least you've ruled out ghost errors and saved a chunk of cash. More importantly, a properly functioning ABS not only ensures safe braking in emergencies, but also keeps your car stable. Don't overlook this small step. It could be the difference between an unnecessary bill and safety on the road. Comment with the number 1 and like this video, and I'll reveal something even more shocking. 10. Airbag system reset. Many drivers panic when the red airbag warning light glows on the dashboard. The immediate fear is that the safety system has failed, meaning the airbags won't deploy in a crash. But in many cases, it's just a software glitch or a loose electrical connection, often after replacing a battery, removing seats, or a minor fender bender. The good news? You don't always need to visit a dealership and pay hundreds to reset the system. On many vehicles, you can do it yourself. Turn the key to on, let the airbag light stay on for about 7 seconds, then turn it off. Repeat this 3 times. Some models require removing the SRS fuse or disconnecting the negative battery terminal for a few minutes to clear temporary memory. This forces the airbag ECU to relearn and return to its default state. However, a critical note: if the car has been in a serious crash where airbags deployed, a reset won't replace the need for a new module. 11. Airbag system reset continued. When the airbag light comes on, most drivers dread the thought of replacing the entire module, which can cost thousands. But what many don't know is that the issue is often just a connection or software error, triggered by a battery replacement, seat removal with airbag sensors, or a loose plug. Instead of rushing to a garage and paying hundreds for a diagnostic code clear, you can take charge at home. A common method is to turn the key to on, wait for the airbag light to glow for about 7 seconds, then turn it off. Repeat 3 times. For some cars, you need to remove the SRS fuse or disconnect the negative battery terminal for a few minutes, then restart. This resets the system's data, and the warning light disappears, restoring normal operation. 12. Power steering reset. If you start your car one day and the steering wheel feels as heavy as a truck's, your electronic power steering (EPS) system might just be throwing a tantrum, not broken. Modern cars have torque sensors, steering angle sensors, and electronic modules. A weak battery, tire replacement, or a momentary signal loss can trigger the EPS warning light, making the wheels stiff. The bad news? A garage might quote hundreds to thousands for a fix. The good news? You can try resetting it at home before spending a dime. The easiest method? Turn the key to on, rotate the steering wheel fully left, then fully right, holding each side for a few seconds, then center it and turn off the ignition. Repeat 2 to 3 times, and the system will relearn the steering angle and clear the warning. Some cars require removing the EPS fuse or disconnecting the negative battery terminal for about 10 minutes, then restarting. If successful, the steering becomes light again, the warning light vanishes, and you've just saved hundreds on a diagnostic fee. 13. Adaptive suspension reset. Modern cars with adaptive suspension offer a smooth and stable ride, but they can also hit your wallet hard when the warning light comes on. The truth is, it's not always a serious failure. Sometimes it's just a height sensor losing its signal after a tire change, battery replacement, or the car being lifted on a jack for too long. This causes the system to misinterpret and display an error, sparking unnecessary worry. Instead of rushing to a garage and facing a $1,000 bill, you can try resetting it at home. The simplest method is to turn off the engine, Disconnect the negative battery terminal for 10 to 15 minutes to clear temporary data, and then restart the car. Drive slowly over a few speed bumps or slightly rough roads to let the sensors relearn the chassis height. On some models, you just hold the suspension mode button, Comfort or Sport, for a few seconds until the system blinks and returns to normal. If the reset works, the car drives smoothly, the warning light disappears, and you've saved a fortune on pointless diagnostics. Of course, if the issue persists or the car leans to one side, it could indicate a leak in the air suspension or a damaged shock. But trying a reset first is always a smart move. It's quick, easy, and a way to avoid wasting money on a common ghost electronic error in modern cars. 14. Infotainment reset. The infotainment system is like the car's secondary brain, handling everything from navigation and music to phone connectivity and AC controls. But with so many functions, it's prone to freezing, lagging, or losing Bluetooth connection mid-drive. Imagine cruising along when your navigation freezes or Apple CarPlay vanishes. It's as frustrating as a phone crash. And of course, taking it to a dealership can mean hundreds of dollars just for a reset. The good news? You can do it yourself at home. Each car brand has its own method, but most are simple. Some require holding the power and home buttons together for 10 to 15 seconds to reboot the system. Others need you to press the volume and track skip buttons simultaneously. In some cases, just turning off the car, opening the driver's door for a few minutes, and restarting will make the screen perk up like new. When the reset works, all functions return smoothly, Bluetooth connects reliably, and navigation works accurately. You've just saved hours of waiting at a garage and money on a task no different from rebooting your phone. 15. Fuel system reset. Modern engines rely heavily on fuel system sensors, from pressure and flow sensors to electronic injectors. A slight glitch, like replacing a fuel pump, changing a fuel filter, or even using low-quality fuel, can cause the ECU to store incorrect data, leading to jerky performance, hard starts, or a check engine light. Garages often diagnose, replace the sensor, or swap the entire pump, with bills reaching hundreds or thousands of dollars, when sometimes the ECU just hasn't adapted to new data. A fuel system reset is like a memory refresh for the system. On many cars, turn the key to on without starting the engine, and hold for 5 to 10 seconds to let the fuel pump prime, then turn it off. Repeat a few times, then start the engine, and the ECU will recalibrate pressure and injection settings. Some models use a gas brake pedal combination to trigger the reset, or you can disconnect the negative battery terminal for 15 minutes to clear temporary data. If successful, the engine runs smoothly, with no more lagging or sluggishness. You've just saved a hefty bill and avoided being pressured into unnecessary part replacements. You see, these secret resets not only make your car run smoother, but also save you hundreds, even thousands in repair costs. Often, the issue isn't a major breakdown, just an electronic system needing a fresh start. Knowing and applying these at the right time keeps your car more reliable and spares you unnecessary stress. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more practical, simple, and effective car care tips.